How's it going, YouTube? It's RJ here, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on a statue, a figure that I own. Now, I did mention in my previous manga haul video for the month of April, I had a video in mind, and I said I'd touch up on that a little bit here in this video. Originally, I wanted to do a series dissecting Your Lie in April, specifically because this is the month of April, and then release it on the last day. I thought it was a very cool idea, and I still really want to do the video. I was just screwed over with the shipping of these items because they came in like the last week of April. So I didn't have much time to read any of it. Actually, I haven't had a chance to read any of it at all. And work kind of hurt me a bit with my scheduling, but it happens. So I do actually have a question to you guys, the viewers. And seriously, in the comments, please let me know. Do you guys want me to do this video for next April, or would you guys not mind me releasing it sometime this year, even if it doesn't fit inside the month? I really think it's a cute idea to release it in April, but if I can't do it, I can't do it. Now, just to compensate for a lot of the time and money I went into this, because I have already researched a bunch of this series, I did want to do a video on a figure that I did end up buying, because surprisingly, all the other merchandise that I bought, it's all here. So I don't have to stress it too much. But we have my favorite figure from all the official Your Lie in April figures. And it is the Pulchra 1/7 scale Kaori. They only have Kaori figures. There's no Kosei. None of the other characters, Tsubaki, none of them. So if you like Kaori, she's here. Now, be extremely careful when you're buying figures, because for this series, most of the figures have fakes. So you got to be extremely careful. And I've already had a video saying, hey, watch out for fakes. But this one is one of those figures that could have a fake. So this is the official box. I don't have a fake box, thank God, because I didn't want to shell out money for a fake. But as you can see here, there is an official sticker on the bottom of the box. The box itself doesn't fit upright inside the shelving space that I have for where I record. But artwork matches up, everything's in good print, all the logos are where it needs to be. It's a real figure, and like I said, it's a 1/7 scale, and yeah, you'll have all your labeling up at the top too. So it's a real figure, so be careful. And when you do buy these figures, and most of it you'll probably find on like Mercari, Facebook Market, maybe not Facebook Market for Your Lie in April, but eBay as well. Contact the seller, ask for pictures. The seller for this was really generous, and he sent me plenty of pictures to prove that this wasn't fake. And I think she looks gorgeous. Now, the cool thing about this figure is it does have an additional faceplate, and I will probably be rocking the eyes closed version because I think it's a little bit more natural for specifically this type of figure. So I don't know if I've ever said anything publicly. Back in my school, my middle school through high school years, I was required to play a string instrument, and the string instrument I chose was the viola. I didn't pick violin, I picked viola. And I really like this series because of a lot of the music, and that's probably why a lot of people can like this too. I mean, it is a tearjerker, but I am so happy that there's like an actual violinist figure, and I think it's really cool. So I'm super happy, and this is more the eyes closed. It's getting into the song. She's playing mostly from memory, I'm going to guess, because she did not have a music stand. This is memory based. So eyes closed, feeling the music, this is the head sculpt that I will be displaying. Now, a couple cool things about this figure. I really like this figure. Like I said, it is my favorite one from the series, from this. Couple cool things. The instrument, the wires on here are actual, like, movable wires, and I'll bring them up close for you to see. I'm going to move the bow out of the way, which I'll talk about the bow in a bit. But those are actual strings that they can get off of the bridge. That's interesting. I had to fix one of the placements on here. It's really hard to see, but I think it's really cool looking that they were able to do that. I do have a couple of complaints about this figure though. One thing is the base. I don't know if it's just I'm afraid to push it in too much. I doubt that I have it in backwards. It doesn't make sense for me to have it in backwards. I think it's in right. It's just, for some reason, the front foot doesn't push all the way in. But if you pose her, it's not really too noticeable. The other thing is getting her to hold the instrument and hold the bow. It's weird. It's weird. So how they have it displayed on the box is that she'll have the bow up on the basically at the bottom of the neck right here. That's how she's holding it inside the pose. It's like slightly on the base in there. It doesn't hold well, like you don't have any pressure on the right hand to hold it. So you kind of just have to lay it onto the violin. And then the same thing with the violin itself. It doesn't hold correctly all the time. You kind of just have to place it in there. And I'm glad it fell apart so I could actually show off the violin in detail. It is fantastic. But what I was saying is you can put it at the chin rest and it doesn't hold where you're supposed to have it in like an actual performance. So I don't know if it's just this one figure in particular, but you're supposed to hold it usually like right up here on the neck, and you play right towards the bridge. That's at least how I was trained. I'm not professional at this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not coming out playing top tier music, and it's been an extremely long time since I've played. It's something that maybe one day, if I have a lot of excess money and passion to do it again, I wouldn't mind it. But violins and violas are expensive. So I'm gonna remove this so that way we can show you guys how her head comes off. And then I'm going to tell you guys that there might be something slightly different with mine, just in case you guys do order your figure and something looks slightly different. So, and I want to show off the head sculpts for this. So you'll take off the bangs, you'll take off the faceplate, and then you can put the faceplate back on, whichever one you prefer. Like I said, I prefer the closed eyes version, but open eyes is also a reasonable option. Now, what I was going to get at is the open eyes version for mine might have a slight issue with the mouth only at the corner. It wouldn't even be noticeable, and I don't even think it's noticeable on the video. But when I got my figure, unfortunately, the faceplate did come loose, the bangs and the faceplate came loose, and the faceplate ended up getting a scuff on the mouth. It actually looked like what you would see in Battle Damage, bloody variants of Goku or the Saiyans inside Dragon Ball. That's kind of what it looked like. It was like a single red mark by her lip, so it looked like she got punched in the face. I got a magic eraser and was able to get rid of it, though I do think I got maybe a little corner of her mouth, but it's barely noticeable. Even if it is, it would just be not there versus something marking it. So I'll put this faceplate on for you guys to see. And put this back in. So faceplate on. You gotta put it on correctly though. It's hard to do when you're recording because I'm not doing a second take on this or really doing any editing. I don't have the time if I want to get this uploaded by today. I'm recording on the last day because I had things that I had to get done. But here she is with the open eyes faceplate. So while I have her up close, we can actually show off a couple details. Hair sculpt is fantastic here. The dress is amazing. The shading on the pink is fantastic. I love it. The straps look clean. Painting is clean on everything. The bangs look nice. Like I said, the hair sculpt on this is really, really good. The fingers look nice. Like I said, I just wish they were up a little bit higher, or maybe that the violin came already preset in there. But if it did, you wouldn't be able to switch to faceplates, so I understand. No shoes. Her toenails are painted pink. It's really cool. I like it. I'm happy. Like I said, I just wish that I could, yeah, so you'll see how the peg looks here. I have it in the right way. I just can't get that bottom peg all the way in, and I'm not going to snap the figure in and potentially break it, because all of these figures are extremely expensive. I was able to get mine for a very reasonable price. I actually think like below market value, and I'm grateful, but it's expensive getting a lot of these figures. The only like complaint I have is the base itself is just very plain looking, but everything, that's not the focal point. So I don't care for this base too much, and it's not like it's a simple clear base or a simple black base. It's really gorgeous. The figure itself is really gorgeous, and that's what we're supposed to be focusing on this. The base doesn't detract from the figure where some bases do. But we'll show off the bow. The bow is my least favorite part of this, actually. The string is too thick where you would have your the hair of the bow. I forget what the actual terminology is for it, where you would rosin it up. I think it's too thick, but I don't think it would work if it was as thin as it's supposed to be. It's just 3 colors, black, brown, and white. It's not really detailed. I don't like the bow whatsoever, especially with how it ends up holding. But like I said, the violin is so well painted. Like, this is a miniature. Like, if this is as real as they get. And I don't want to touch the bridge too much, but as you could see, you can move the string. It's really, like I said, it's really interesting. I'm so happy. Yeah, your little tuners here. I love it. So, how you're supposed to do it, like I said, chin under the chin rest. Then, like I said, the figure, it doesn't hold where it's supposed to hold. You're supposed to hold up here on the neck. So I think that's usually, that's about as far as my figure is going to end up holding it, as far out. And then the other thing is you would just put the bow in. I slide it in through the bottom here. I think it's the best way. And then I try to get it as close to the bridge as possible. But like I said, in the promotional photos for it, you have it up against the top, closer to the neck. So I can bring that up closer for you guys to see. And it's, the entire bow itself is just laying on it, like not the part you would actually play with. Like, I wish that this figure held the bow better. And maybe I'm just doing it wrong, because that looks like it's actually holding it there. And that's actually, it's not touching the strings. It's not touching the strings. So I'm not gonna play with it too much. But still, all together, this figure is a 8 to 9 out of 10 for me. This is, if it wasn't for the fact that I complain so much about things like her hand placement for the bow and the the violin, I'd probably rate this figure maybe a 10 out of, still probably like an 8 or a 9, because the base is very plain, but you get the additional facial plate, which is so important for me. And like I said, I prefer the other one. I'm ending the video on the one that I didn't have on, so that way, and then maybe I should just show the closed eyes one real quick. It's really nice. It's basically the same thing though, just like I said, eyes closed. You don't have to worry about details of the eyes, but they killed it with the open-eyed version. And there's no pink through the mouth line on the closed-eyed one. But yeah, she looks amazing, and I love it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. As I said before, if you guys do want to see me do the actual review of the series, and when you want me to do it, let me know. If you guys don't even want to see it, just let me know as well. I don't care. I'll take your guys' feedback. Though it is something that, even if you guys do tell me I don't want to see it, I'll still probably end up doing it, because it is something I'm a bit passionate about. Because there's one scene in particular that I would like to touch up on. And I haven't watched any reviews, so I don't know if somebody else has said anything about it, but it's like a really fantastically directed scene. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time I have content to produce. So until then, YouTube, goodbye.